Good morning, loan officers and hopefully some realtors. This is Scott Groves with Consolidated Coaching. Just talking today about how I like to be introduced to new clients, new prospects, new potential buyers. And there's a rhyme and a reason for why I asked to be introduced this way and how it came up. I like when the realtor sends an email to myself and the client saying, Scott, this is Bill. He needs to get pre-approved. I met him in an open house that's priced at $650,000, and he said he might be buying with his wife. Just the littlest bit of background information so that I have some context when I get the client, talk to the client. And then on the same email to the client, Bill, this is Scott. He's the lender that I talked to you about. He can answer all your questions about mortgages, get started on your pre-approval, and he'll be happy to help you for, free of charge or whatever the catch term is that the realtor likes to use. There's a couple reasons that I like doing it this way. One, it gives me a little bit of background information about the client, something contextual, so it doesn't feel like a cold call the first time we talk. Two, the realtor is introducing me as somebody that can ask questions and be a source of knowledge and information versus I've had some realtors in the past that just because it was the way that they were trained said, hey, this is Scott, he'll get you a great rate. Not really the way you want to start the conversation with a mortgage application. And then number two, although there's some articles that will say this this introduction, you don't have double opt-in permission, you haven't got an email from Scott saying it's okay to be introduced to Bill, you haven't got an email from Bill saying it's okay to be introduced to Scott. There's a very important strategic reason to do this as the lender and also as the realtor. The truth is, getting pre-approved kind of sucks. Getting all that paperwork together, gathering your finances, taking a hard look at your finances and where you stand financially and your ability to buy a house, it's not a particularly fun process. It feels like homework, and a lot of clients don't do their homework. So here's a situation that I saw developing over and over and over again when a realtor would just give my name out. Realtor would give Bill my contact information. Bill wouldn't get in touch with me and wouldn't do his homework. Now it's 2 weeks or 2 months later, and the client Bill in this hypothetical situation gets in touch with the realtor and says, hey, I saw this property on Redfin. I really want to go check it out. I'm really interested in making an offer. Realtor says, great, Bill. Did you talk to my guy Scott about getting pre-approved? Well, now Bill's in a situation where he wants to have a professional relationship with the realtor. He's embarrassed that he didn't do his homework. And now instead of, taking the ownership of it and saying, no, sorry, I didn't do my homework, I'm actually not in a position to buy this house, the client frequently throws up their hands and says, well, yeah, I contacted him, but he didn't call me back. Do you have somebody else? The truth is that initial contact was never made because the realtor didn't make the introduction and the client either forgot or didn't want to do their homework, which is totally understandable. So you do that introduction email where we're both on the same email. Now the client knows, that the realtor knows, that I know, that he knows, that she knows, that we all know that we've been introduced. It creates a certain amount of accountability to have the client get in touch with us and start the process. And it allows me, frankly, to do some of the follow-up for the realtor, because if I'm doing my 3, 4, 5-step follow-up plan with each new client that we get introduced to, that's 3 or 4 times I follow up with the client that the realtor doesn't have to if it's a cold lead or somebody that doesn't know either of us yet. So that introduction email tends to be the best way to get the client engaged, make sure the lender's on board, make sure the realtor knows that we have all talked to each other, and hold the client accountable for getting their paperwork in to start their pre-approval. Hope that helps. Scott Groves, Consolidated Coaching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.